I don't know who's coming and going in the affair, but things just got crazy tonight. This episode starts out with Noah talking about all the angst in his life and how he's kind of bored and he's working on his second book, which apparently he did finish because the guy interrogating him told him it was great. And he tells the interrogator how he didn't even know Alison was married. She just seemed like the loneliest girl in the world. And he thought she was bad news. No, she might be bad news, but he can't stop thinking about her. He goes on a run and imagines her naked and runs by her house and sees her bra hanging on the back of the fence. And thankfully this is TV, so even though he told the interrogator he wasn't really thinking about her at all, we know he was. While this is just a beach vacation for Noah, this is a summer home for Helen. She has friends here, people she's known all her life. She tells Noah and the kids about how she grew up playing with these boys when she was a kid and how nice their mom was. And they end up stopping by so Martin can look at the horses. And a very hot cowboy comes out and says, "I like your boy," and lets him come work on the ranch for a couple of hours. Who would that man be but Alison's husband? Oh my word, this show. There's also a lot going on with Noah's daughter, who is super hot for her age, and even one of the cowboys tries to pick her up. How do you spell inappropriate? Sixteen. This whole episode is about Helen's parents planning for a party. The party brings up other demons for Helen when she sees her dad's mistress in attendance. I guess affairs run in the family. We come to Alison's story and we see a little bit more about her life. She's just a normal girl and she does work for her husband and delivers fish. For some reason, Oscar didn't pay Jane and Alison their paychecks, so they go to get it, but then he tells them, "Hey, you want to cater tonight at the big party at Bruce Butler's?" Jane says yes and Alison says no. But then of course Alison changes her mind and Jane lets her borrow a super sexy dress. We also see two older women taking an interest in Alison for the loss of her child. One being her mother-in-law, who comes over and gives her a big hug and talks about how maybe she should have another baby with Cole. And then the other one is actually Helen's mom at the party, who recognizes Alison from the newspaper. She asks her how she's doing and really just encourages her, and even offers her a Valium. She's a giver. And now for this week's game of He Said, She Said. The farmer's market, or as I like to call it, the jam stand. He says they went to the jam stand, it was just a happy coincidence, and they just talked about jam. He also says at this point he had no idea she was married, and that he had no designs on her whatsoever. She says that he said he couldn't stop thinking about her, and that then Mary Kate outs that she's married. She also says he just got all giddy about her and bought all the jam that they had. I'm going with Noah on this one. His daughter was with him. There's no way he was all over her in front of Stacy. The drink at the party. He says she just brought him a drink and was totally flirting with him. Just a single whiskey on a silver tray. That's not a come on, what is? She says that Helen's mother offered her money to go throw that whiskey on that annoying husband of hers. But when she gets over there, Noah just takes it off the tray and says, "Is this for me?" I'm conflicted here. I think Alison needs the money, so she maybe would have gone and thrown that whiskey on the dad. And even if it is her story, he saved her from getting fired and having a big mess. So in either version, Noah taking the drink was the good thing. The walk on the beach. Noah says he found Alison smoking a funny cigarette and just needing a break from everything. So he offers to take her out to the beach, but he can't quite get the code right. Of course, it's Helen's birthday. Somehow the two figure it out. Alison whips off her heels and just goes running out into the water. She's so carefree and happy and high. She's all over Noah and he tells her nothing can happen between us. Well, he pushes her off until they start making out. Then he decides everything's okay. She says that Noah needed a little escape because he'd found his daughter going up the stairs with Alison's hot brother-in-law. And that the two go off together, and when they get out to the beach, she has on sensible flat shoes and doesn't frolic at all. And she says that's when Noah tells her, "I've been thinking about you all week." And then he tells her about a parallel universe and about how they could just take another step and just have two lives going along simultaneously. One where he gets to do her and still be married to Helen. And then the two make out. I don't know how they got to the beach, but I do know this. The two ended up making out and really being into each other. In the end, we find out that they're being interrogated because there was some kind of accident or murder. They say they're asking everyone from the party, but they also tell us that it was a male victim and he was run over. Okay, so after this week, do you think one of them is telling more truths than the other? And which character do you think is dead?